Secrets to growing your MLM downline. How to invite someone to watch your presentation. I'm so glad you took the important step of clicking on the link of this video because you're about to learn the greatest secrets to grow your MLM downline. These strategies were developed to grow our businesses and they will work in yours as well. If you're not part of Xifra, please write a message in the comment section and we'll help you get started. Recruiting is the number one key to growing your business. Most people are scared to recruit people to join. What if you could write out your own script of what to say when you recruit someone? That will give you the confidence to say the right things and escalate your chances of recruiting more people. In this video, we are going to learn how to invite someone to watch your MLM presentation. This is the natural first step before inviting them to a live event where they can sign up. Recruiting is the number one key to growing your business. I have good news and I have bad news, and I'll start with the bad. You've probably already gone out there and made a fool of yourself in how you presented your opportunity. That's okay, we've all done that. The best approach is to forgive yourself and let that go. There's nothing any of us can do about the past except learn from it. The good news is that starting today, your recruiting results can change. Getting someone to agree to take a look at your business and to actually follow through is a skill. It's a skill and it can be learned by each and every one of you, and it can be taught to every person in your business. People need what you have to offer in network marketing, but have been trained to resist opportunity in just about every form. Our job is to professionally help them get past that resistance and to at least help them understand what it is we do. I'm going to teach you a proven 8-step process for talking to your prospects. That might seem like a lot, but as you will see, I'm going to walk through each of the steps and provide you with the best scripts. When we're finished, you'll see how easy it is to put this process to work by filling out a customized invitation worksheet for each of your prospects and then following the step-by-step process. When I started building my MLM business, I realized that it is very beneficial to let a person first review some sort of third-party material to better understand your opportunity. And by third-party materials, I mean an informational video or go to a website. My plan is different from the standard recruitment plan in that I do not first invite a friend to a live event. If you focus on getting people to review your opportunity with a third-party tool, you'll find that getting people to attend an event of any kind is much easier and actually a natural next step. What I'm going to teach you in this program is designed to be done over the phone or face-to-face. It's not to be used with texting, email, or any other sort of communication tool. On the phone or face-to-face, that's how it works. This can work with warm market prospects, people you know, and cold market prospects, people you meet while living your life. You'll see examples for both throughout this program. For warm market, you can use the worksheet at the end. For cold market, you're just going to have to practice. Let's start by going through the 8 steps, and then we'll put them together at the end and show you how it all works. Step number 1, be in a hurry. Step 2, compliment the prospect. Step 3, make the invitation. Step 4, it's the if I would you. Step 5, get a time commitment. Step 6, confirm. Step 7, get a time and number. And step 8, get off the phone. Step 1, be in a hurry. This is a psychological issue, but people are always more attracted to a person who's busy and has things going on. If you start every call or face-to-face conversation with the feeling that you're in a hurry, you'll find your invitations will be shorter. There'll be less questions and people will respect you and your time much more, and they will feel that you respect their time. Here are some in a hurry script examples. For a warm market prospect, I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important I reach you. I have a million things going on, but I'm glad I caught you. I'm running out the door, but I need to talk to you real quick. For cold market prospects, now isn't the time to get into this, and I have to go, but I have to run, but get the message? Set the tone with some urgency. Step 2, compliment the prospect, and this is critical. Be sincere. It must be sincere. It opens the door to real communication and will make the prospect much more agreeable to hearing what you have to say. Here are some sample compliment scripts. For warm market prospects, you've been wildly successful and I've always respected the way you've done business. You've always been so supportive of me and I appreciate that so much. You're one of the most connected people I know and I've always admired that about you. You're one of the most important people in my life and I really trust your instincts. You have an amazing mind for business and can see things other people don't see. I was thinking, who are the sharpest people I know? And I thought of you. You're one of the most positive and energetic people I've ever met. Some people are very closed-minded, which limits their opportunities, but I've always admired the fact that you're open to looking at new things. I need someone to find the holes in something I'm looking at, and absolutely nothing gets past you. You're one of the most health-conscious, or beauty conscious or wellness minded or financially intelligent people I know, and I've always respected that about you. You're one of the smartest people I know, and I really trust your judgment. For as long as I've known you, I've thought you were the best at what you do. For cold market prospects, you've given us some of the best service we've ever had. You are super sharp. Can I ask what you do for a living? You've made this a fantastic experience. The key to the compliment is it must be sincere. Find something you can compliment your prospect on and do it. Step 3, make the invitation. In this situation, one size does not fit all. I've provided a list of direct approaches which you will use when you're talking about an opportunity for them specifically. Indirect approaches, which you will use to ask for help or advice. And super indirect approaches, which you will use to ask people if they know others who might be interested. Most people use a direct approach for all their prospects. Usually it goes something like this. I found a way to get rich, and let me tell you all about it. I understand the passion, but really, who's going to get excited about that unless you're getting the call from a millionaire? As you become a network marketing professional, you're going to find that you use the indirect and super indirect approaches much more, but that doesn't mean direct approaches don't have an important place. Direct approach scripts for inviting someone, and remember, you've already done step 1 and step 2. For Worre market, when you told me about, were you serious or were you just kidding around? Great. I think I found a way for you to get it or solve the problem. Make that happen. This is for situations where you know an area of their dissatisfaction. I think I found a way for us to really boost our cash flow. I found something you really need to see. I'm launching a new business and I really want you to take a look at it. When I thought of the people who could make an absolute fortune with a business I found, I thought of you. Are you still looking for a job or a different job? I found a way for both of us to start a great business without all the risks. If I told you there was a way to increase your cash flow without jeopardizing what you're doing right now, would you be interested? I've teamed up with a company that is opening or expanding in the area. I found something exciting and you're one of the first people I've called. When I thought of quality people that I'd really enjoy working with, I thought of you. Would you be open to hearing what I'm doing? Let me ask you something. Would you be open to diversifying your income? Let me ask you a question off the record. If there were a business you could start working part-time from your home that could replace your full-time income, would that interest you? As you know, I've been and then insert your occupation, but because of negative factors, I've decided to diversify my income. After considering my options, I've identified the very best way to make it happen. I found an exciting business, and together I think we could do something special. 1 + 1 might add up to 10. Or you could try the shocking approach, used with great effect with my good friend Randy Gage. With your skills, you could make $100,000 a month in a business I've just started. This works good when you are respected by that prospect. I've used this one with great success. This is the call you've been waiting for your whole life. For cold market, have you ever thought of diversifying your income? Do you keep your career options open, an oldie but a goodie? Do you plan on doing what you're doing now for the rest of your career? You can follow any of these cold market scripts or any variation with the following. I have something that might interest you. Now's not the time to get into it, but indirect scripts for inviting someone. The indirect approach is another powerful tool to helping people get past the initial resistance and understanding your opportunity. This approach is best used when you're just getting started and it's simply asking people for help or guidance. I used this approach extensively and with great success when I first started out. Because of my lack of credibility, I couldn't get much success with direct approach, so I learned to play myself down and play up the prospect's ego. It worked incredibly well and I still use it from time to time today. For Worre market, I've just started a new business and I'm scared to death. Before I get going, I need to practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practiced on you? I'm thinking about getting started with a business I can run from my home. Would you help me check it out and see if it's for real? I found a business I'm really excited about, but what do I know? You have so much experience. Would you look at it for me if I made it easy? And let me know if you think I'm making the right move. A friend told me the best thing I could do when starting a business is to have people I respect take a look at it and give me some guidance. Would you be willing to do that for me if I made it simple? For negative and cynical people, you can say, I've started a business and really need someone to help me poke holes in it. Nothing gets past you. Would you be willing to examine it for me? For cold market, I found this approach doesn't work very well because it doesn't really make sense for you to show this much respect for someone you've just met. Direct and super indirect work best for cold market. Super indirect scripts for inviting someone. Super indirect approaches are incredibly powerful and play on a number of psychological levels. This is a networking approach that asks the prospect if they know someone else that might benefit from your business. I use this approach all the time with great success. For warm market, the business I'm clearly in isn't for you, but I wanted to ask, who do you know that is ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding more cash flow to their lives? Who do you know that might be looking for a strong business they could run from their home? Who do you know that has hit a wall with their business and might be looking for a way to diversify their income? Do you know any sharp people who live in your area? Yes. Well, great. Could I get their name and email addresses if you have it? I have a business expanding in that area and I want to see if they think it will be successful there. Do you know anyone involved in a serious job search? I work with a company that's expanding in our area and I'm looking for some sharp people that might be interested in some additional cash flow. Do you know anyone who might fit that description? In most cases, they're going to ask you for more information before they give you any names. Behind that request will be curiosity and intrigue, thinking this might be for them, but they're not going to admit that to you yet. When they ask you for more information first, just respond like this. That makes sense. You'll want to know about it before you refer some of your contacts. Then just move to step 4. For cold market is exactly the same as warm market for super indirect. Just use the scripts above or any variation that's comfortable for you. Now it's time for them to watch your video or visit your website. Give them a challenge. If I, would you? You're not going to offer your video link unless they agree to do something in return. This has been my secret weapon for a very long time. Let me offer you some examples. If I sent you a video link that laid out all the information in a very professional way, would you watch it? If I send you a podcast link or website address that described the business, would you listen to it? Or if I gave you a magazine or some other prospecting printing piece, would you read it? If I give you a link to an online presentation that explained everything, would you click on it and watch it? If you've done the first 3 steps properly, the answer will be yes. If they ask for more information first, just respond with, I understand that you want more information, but all of that which you're looking for is on the video or on the printed piece or podcast. The fastest way for you to really understand what I'm talking about will be to review that material. So if I give it to you, would you review it? If they say no, they won't review it, then thank them for their time and move on. Also, review steps 1 to 3 to see what you could have done better. Do not still give the info link to them. Step 5, get a time commitment. When do you think you could watch the video for sure? When do you think you could listen to the podcast for sure? When do you think you could read the magazine for sure? When do you think you could visit the website for sure? Don't suggest a time for them. Ask the question and have them give you the time. If it's not definitive, I'll try to do it sometime. Then tell them, I don't want to waste your time or mine. Why don't we just try to lock in a time you'll have seen it for sure? The key is to get them to say yes a second time. Saying yes to step 4 is not a commitment. Step 6, confirm. If they tell you they'll watch the video by Tuesday night, your response should be, so if I called you Wednesday morning, you'll have seen it for sure, right? If they say they'll listen to the podcast by Thursday morning, your response should be, so if I called you sometime on Thursday, you'll have listened to it for sure, right? If they say they'll look at the website by July 1st, your response should be, so if I called you on July 2nd, you'll have watched it for sure, right? The key to step 6 is they've now set 3 times that they'll follow through and they've done it all by themselves. They've set a real appointment with you for the future. Step 7, get a time and a number. What's the best number and time for me to call? Now they've said yes 4 times and the chances they'll follow through has been increased from less than 10% to over 80%. Please put this appointment in a place you won't forget. Step 8, get off the phone. Remember, you're in a hurry, right? The best thing is to say something like, great, we'll talk then, gotta run. So those are the 8 steps on what to say. Now let's pull it all together by showing you some examples. Here is an example. Harry is working hard behind his computer. Sally is making the call. Hello, Harry speaking. Hi, Harry. I don't have a lot of time to talk, but I'm glad I caught you. Oh, hi, Sally. Listen, you're one of the most financially intelligent people I know, and I've always respected that about you. Oh, really? When you told me you really didn't like your job, were you serious or were you just kidding around? No, I was serious. Great. I think I found a way for you to create an exit strategy without jeopardizing your family. What is it? I have an opportunity presentation that you have to listen to. It describes what I'm talking about better than I can. If I give you the link to the presentation, would you listen to it? I suppose so. When do you think you could listen to it for sure? Today I'm busy, maybe tomorrow. Tuesday? Tuesday, so if I called you Wednesday morning, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? Okay, great. I will message the link to you. What's the best number and time for me to call back once you've listened to it? Call me at 12 during my lunch break. All right, I'll check back with you then. Gotta run. Thanks. Are you feeling the flow of how this works? Obviously, there are many possible variations for different kinds of prospects, but I hope these examples helped you to understand how everything comes together. And in terms of scripts, it's best if you get the basic concepts down and don't focus too hard on the exact script. Life doesn't work that way. But if you learn to let them know you're in a hurry, compliment them sincerely, invite them in the best way possible, pass on the tool with if I would you, confirm through the process I described, and get off the phone, you'll do fine. And remember, in recruiting, there are no good or bad experiences, just learning experiences. On your journey to become a network marketing professional, the best thing that can happen is you develop the skills to recruit on demand in any situation. Then you never have to worry about being lucky. Practice, practice, practice.